Hi, are you looking at your teen son or daughter or your college age son or daughter and wondering why they can't follow through, why they seem to just have an attitude where they're not wanting to do their work or their work isn't quite up to what you think that it should be or even what they think it should be? So I've been working with some clients lately and I realized that maybe it's not what we think it is. And when I ask the question, and I'll tell you in a minute what it is to the client, they're like, wow, maybe that is me. And the thing I ask them is, are you are you a perfectionist? Do you think that you might be a perfectionist? And some of them go, yes, I am. But maybe they haven't verbalized it. And others are thinking that might be really a negative term. And they kind of shy back and they realize, gosh, maybe that's what I am. And so, perfectionism, what exactly is it? Well, the dictionary defines it as a propensity to be displeased with anything that's not perfect or does not meet extremely high standards. And I'm all for high standards and I'm all for wanting to strive for that. But when you are displeased, your son or daughter, because they haven't reached a certain level of standards that either they've set for themselves or you've set for them or someone else, or they're looking at their peers, that tends to cause some problems. And some problems that we may think of as laziness or lack of follow through, it might be because they want to be perfect. And here's some things that can be a result of them wanting to be perfect. It can cause them to have anxiety. Why am I not getting this right? Why am I not having the grades or accomplishing this the way I want to? That can evolve into despair or self-doubt or low self-esteem, criticizing themselves, apathy, which can cause lack of follow-through, and just giving up or putting things off, like, oh well, I can't do this perfectly, so I might as well not do it, or they put it aside. And I see this often in students who have ADD or ADHD, is because they really know what they want to do, but because there's not good systems set up in place for them to follow through and get things achieved, they just think that if they ignore it, it's just going to go away. And I know this in my own daughter when she was in her younger years, teen, and even in her early adult years in college, that if they just don't think about it, it won't get done. And this can be true of perfectionists as well. They just give up. So as parents, we might misconstrue what we think is one thing, but it actually might be perfectionism. So what do they need to do? When I'm working with these young people, I say, do you think that perfectionism is achievable? Do you think that you can be perfect, that people can be perfect? And they step back and they go, well, no. So we kind of evolve from there. And I say, so you can only do your very best at that one moment at a time. So what you really need to do is just to show up and to start whatever it is that you're needing to do. And honestly, to take away those expectations of perfectionism. Because expectations, as I just was recently reading in a class that I was taking, is actually predisposing yourself to disappointment oftentimes, and especially with young people who are perfectionists. So they're setting themselves up with expectations that are not realistic. And that's one thing that is helpful to work on. Like, what is realistic? When you're going for your best and you haven't had your best night's sleep, or something's happened at home or with a friend, or you're just not feeling well for whatever reason, you can only do your best at that moment. And to be able to give yourself what I call grace and space in that moment can be really a relief, to where you're going, I'm just going to show up and with my hands open wide and say, I'm just here and I'm just going to do whatever I can and do my best. You're not giving up and you're not withdrawing from wanting to do your best, But that pressure that I see that teens and college students are under just is huge, especially now with things that have been going on this past year, especially with online classes, because um, that's probably another video. I noticed that a lot of them are really, really discouraged because they're not literally being taught by some professors or some teachers, and they want to be taught. It's very difficult to be self-taught for, quite honestly, for a lot of us. It takes a special kind of person to be able to teach themselves, especially when you're looking at math and sciences, which, again, that's probably for another video. But I'm putting this video together, parents, just to let you know that there may be something underlying, which is that perfectionism that is really the root cause of why you're seeing these other things. There's another level of perfectionism that I've noticed, and this is in young girls, and I think I'll do a video on this because it has to do with the physical as well, and what I call compare and despair. And that level of perfectionism can really fall into academic performance that is lacking, and really lack of doing other things, because that causes all kinds of, or can cause all kinds of psychological problems. So you might want to ask in a nice way your son or daughter, say, hey, do you feel like you really need to be perfect in this? Is that something that you're wanting to be, is perfect? And how important is that to you, perfectionism? And start that conversation with them. I am a life coach for teenagers and college students. So if this is something that you would like support in with your son or daughter, I offer a complimentary consultation with you. And if it looks like you think it might be a good fit for your son or daughter, I also give them a complimentary coaching session at another time. And then we just see if maybe that's something that would be a good fit and work for your family as well. So you can reach me at reneesullenscoaching.com. I do have a Facebook page and a YouTube channel. It's all under Renee Sullens Coaching. I look forward to hearing from you. If there's any videos that you would like me to do, please message me. You can private message me or comment below, and I will be happy to look into that for you. I am here to support you.